Hello, this is Matthew Craiglow, and welcome to my new podcast, Bejeweled Emotion. Today we're just going to kind of ease in. This is the first episode. I'd really appreciate if you could like, comment, share, or subscribe. This first one's just going to be like a cool 22-minute one just to kind of discuss what this show is going to be about. It's going to be a short form comedy podcast at around 15 to 45 minutes. And I'm just going to, as natural as I can here. Um, Past few weeks have been kind of stressful. It's stressful enough, that I'm trying to push my own buttons. Let's see. Well, lately, I'll have to be honest, I've been hearing about a lot of this war jargon lately, and it could be good, it could be bad. I'm not quite sure. I know, I've heard of Halliburton, and they're pretty good people. They'll figure out a way to, you know, cut off the pieces of the owl Moloch and kind of put them away to a different place. But on today's jeweled something or another, whatever this is called. Just kind of go through some of what I've been doing lately. Been cleaning up a lot around the house. That's always difficult. Cleaning up around in a hoarder house. It's pretty much like whack-a-mole. But nothing much to discuss. Been hearing some of what's been in the news lately. Apparently, this Trump guy, he wants to kind of help fix the Middle East. I wish him the best. I wish him the best. You know, uh, it could be held a little better. Maybe let let some of these people have food and stuff. That might help him out. Let's see, something absolutely psychotic. You know, uh, so when I get home, right, I was on a 2 week pizza bender, right, and so I'm going home off of my 2 week pizza bender, and I walk in, I knock on the door, I'm like, hey mom, how you doing? And then she's like, man, you went on a 3.5 week pizza bender, and then at that point I just shit diarrhea, like legit, like it was like, man, shouldn't have gone to Taco Bell. And then me and my mom were driving, right, as I shit myself because we decided to go Taco Bell. And me and my mom are driving. I'm holding one of her hands. She's holding one of mine. And I made it to the toilet that day, but I'll admit it. That day with the Chipotle, it almost slipped down the shorts. But, other than that, it's been a good week. Let's see. I got some one-liners I've been trying out. They're pretty weird. Freedom of speech, just freedom of speech, self-explanatory there. This one's got me kerfuzzled though. So, the show Gilligan's Island is a show with 1 to 72 original episodes, right? There's the one called Sacagawea, and there's another. The last one of Gilligan's Island, though, it's quite dark. It's about Gomer Pyle slowly getting electrocuted, then eaten and thrown off the boat to be the shark. But that's Gilligan's Island. But also, Star Trek, has 1 to 69 original episodes with Rafficon 2 in the middle, and of course Star Trek Voyager. Then after that, it went to Star Trek Next Generation, then the new movies that came out, obviously. But I'm a Star Wars fan. Let's see. What's on the daily docket this week? I woke up 2 days ago, and Chico was doing his classic I did 9/11 stick, where, presses the buttons and, lets them do what they're doing. And I'm sitting there on my hooch and my scooch, and I'm looking at old Rexy, and I'm saying, well, you got the ball, man. You got the ball, and that's his decision, and that's his decision. That's why Rex ain't here no more. Bop, bop. Now he's a cool dog. I give him little treats and stuff, and he enjoys that. So, man, it's been a rough tumble. You know, let me think. So, back when I was in college, there was a few sayings. It really always offended me. One, the sass can be brought back. Two, was the sass to begin with? Well, we'll never know. Did the sass come before or after? Listen. There's this one. This is my story, right? Grandpa taught me 17 things in life. 1, horse grenades, hand shoes, blowing up your ass taxes. 2, no free lunch. 3, you had to cut off one of the 3 fingers off the other hand to get the free lunch. 4, don't do that free trial. 5, patty cake, baker's man. 6, call 7, scream 5. Duh. 8, you get what you get. 9, turtle doves and the partridge in the tree. But yeah, hello. But yes, I just been studying some of these stupid freaking podcasts, man, and I hate to break it to you, but there's this freaking podcast called At Drunken Peasants. We hate it. It's at DRUNKENPEASATS. Like, seriously, it's not a good place. It's not a good place for anybody. I recommend stuff like Smosh Pit or Your Mom's House, stuff that really makes people feel better. But listen to me and just listen. No, I'm more of an independent anyway. And I hate to be looking through these and trying to think of funny stuff. Let me see. Well, there's a few good ones. So like, okay, it was 2.5 weeks ago. I came from the pet store, and I was trying to get Chico some good grub, some good fancy feast. And then Chico accidentally, and don't even tell me, this was between when he did 9/11. But then Chico, I picked up his little cute little paws and pet him. And I said, "Oh, Chunky, kiss your currency." That's what it's like, man. Old Chunky and the kisses of currency. And, you know, so they told me I was funny when I was 5 years old. I looked him in the eyes. I said, "I'm no Bobo, but I guess I'm Bilbo Baggins." So, well, let's see here. A true childhood story. Get ready for this one. I was 15 years old. Me and my brother wanted to go to a concert. I slowly and slowly developed more and more jobs to acquire the money needed to take Devon places. And slowly and slower, I kept getting closer and closer to the camera to admit that I've been giving him so many good fancy presents. So he told me about this comedy thing, right? And freaking, I'm thinking about Roseanne. I'm like, I myself, just a blatant bisexual, but listen, there's a few good ones for old Rosie. Let me think. Well, she knows about the 3.5 year Dusty Box dry spell. She knows. She's in spirit, me and Rosie. She looks at me and then she sings the national anthem beautifully. And the Rockets' Red Rosie. So that's what I'm saying. I admit it, guys. I'm a Roseanne Barr fan. You know who else I like? Other comedians occasionally. Some of them. Dude, don't even ask me about William Montgomery anymore. Freaking Wink Jake, man. He's looking at Aphex Twins. He knows Aphex Twins isn't there. He's not going to be able to find Aphex Twins. It's not a good place. Okay, a couple one-liners. Freedom speech. I'm trying to think of what's on the daily docket. Here's a good one. Okay, so I'm 17 years old, right? And we're trying to find swim trunks that would fit, right? So me and Dad and an old Ma and Pa, we were trying to get on the river rapids of the Frankenmuth, and we were riding the weight thing, right? And we were going through the tube and stuff, and yeah, that's Gilligan's Island. But it's gonna be weird doing this new podcast format. It's gonna be like, oh, it's like me, Matthew, kind of just doing what I do. So let me see here. What can inspire comedy? Maybe some episode on closed caption. I'll attempt it, but it'd be a weird cross promotion type thing. Let me attempt it. Look at some comedy as I do some comedy. Sure. Yes. Oh yeah, and all that jazz. Yeah. I'm also a Latter-day Saint. I use these gifts like comedy to be wink jank. Thanks, I guess. Okay, so like I'm like part Mormon, part Christian, normalcy, and I guess kind of like that, and see if looking at some other comedies getting me inspired here. Hey, well, let's see. You know, there's only so many good comics left, and they just you gotta believe. You gotta believe in them. So let me give you 11 more minutes of a set of some sort. So it's 2.5 weeks ago, right? And I was dying for a Taco Bell taco, right? So then I'm holding Jesus' hand, I'm holding the wheel. And I'm like, Ma, can you just take me to frickin' Taco Bell? And then she frickin' dead nuts grabbed a frickin' baseball bat and swung me around. That's probably not true, but then I woke up in a daze to where I was in someone's trunk only eating KFC and Taco Bell. And then like I'm kicking at the top of it and it's like, well fine, but you are now in this trunk. So as I tried to escape, I got more and more fattier foods to eat within the trunk itself. So maybe that was what was fatting around Matthew Krecklau, was the slow demise of me eating inside of a trunk as I slowly kicked out to exist. This could be real, it could be not. That makes absolutely no sense. Boulder Dash is what I say. So now that I'm on the closed caption side of life, listen to me, okay? I don't know what I'm talking about, but I can listen to closed captionings and figure it out. Thank you. Thank you. Time for some humor. Well, I wouldn't want to take any away from you, but it's over. It's over. Yeah, rover, rover. I don't know, man. I don't like this stuff anymore. Well, probably on to other insane stuff I've been doing this week. Man, don't get me started on Third Man Records. Just don't do it. Just don't. Um, they're a label that exists. Yeah. Um, huh. The Creator Roundup. This seems not important. Of course not. Duh. So like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. So like, okay, let me get this straight. So like, to do like this comedy stuff, you're supposed to be funny. Okay. Um, Shinmim. Oh man, let me think right now. This is just getting ridiculous. Oh no. Oh man. Whatever. I don't want to be inspired by too many, but I guess I'll attempt it. So, you know, it's gonna be quite the annoying pause. People might even not want to watch what's going on right now. But listen, here's 12 things you must know about me. And there's nothing left. Like it's just a wonk jonk trying to get his way through time and space. What do I got? 10 more minutes. What do you think? Almost. Well, the current affairs of the news has been pretty depressing. Basically, every day we wake up and see if the nuclear football has been pressed. It's not the best place to be in, but at least it's not actual throwing pigskin. A little bit more of inside Lord of the Flies jokes, but mostly Animal Farm jokes, because as we know, Piggy gets the bacon. Yeah. I ain't Anne Ryan, but you could by Atlas Shrugs, you could attempt it. Some of those funny podcasters. Maybe I'll just see how funny this chick is and see what we got going on. Oh man, don't get me started on Starlink, dude. Don't even. Good sponsor though. Whoa, that's a Coca-Cola bottle of doom. Okay, cool. Cool. So like, so I'm looking at the new UFO files, right? And I'm looking at them, and like I'm looking at them while I'm looking at them to look at them, and then I'm looking at them, and I'm like looking at them, and then broadcasting me looking at them, looking at me, looking at them. And it's like what the fudge? And now I'm looking at it. And like we're looking at it. I was like, whoa, that was kind of womp womp. And so like, then like as the disclosure was happening, like I was in my seat, and I don't know what was going on. So then like I used my fatness in a way to kind of recombobulate the current situation. So yeah, that was just a stream of nonsense. So literally, you know, flibbity flabbity foobity foo, flabbity flibbity 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 gibberish. So what I got to tell you guys for the next 6 minutes will make absolutely no sense. It really doesn't have to, but I just want you to know that if this is a planet where all I can really have is a little bit of freaky deaky, like I mean, like, you know, Papa got a soul, Papa a Rolling Stone, and 26 wives, 102 husbands. Sure. What am I even describing? This couldn't even be. This could just be good old snacks. Good old snacks. What? What? Derp, derp. In the arms of a Wayne. How about in the middle of this, for no reason, it's just the best Star Spangled Banner of all time. Here we go. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what the ramparts we shared were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave? Waka waka. So that was kind of there was an ace in the hole there. And onto this. It's going to be a comedy show. That could be part of it. Maybe that was good enough. That might have been good enough. You know what I'm saying? Waka waka. So there we go. I did my singy shingy shing dam. And that's what you got for America. I guess that's our national anthem. Okay. Good then. Good for you. Good that you got that. Well, this is almost over. It's pretty much became a stream of absolute AI psychosis. So, hate to break it to you guys, but it's time to get some references. And hate to say this, but apparently, Shanny's back with Ref.
Code every 5 minutes. Create validation checks before runtime so impossible inputs get rejected.
I heard Shanny and Rev might be getting back together. I don't know yet. It's a complicated world right now. Brett Keane redid his Keane cycle. Where are we? Okay, then we've reached the Keane cycle. Oh no, now you're part of the Keen's conspiracy. Hi, Shabisky. This isn't great. This is my new podcast I'm starting currently. It's not going to go okay. It's been a 22-minute streak of madness, yeah. I would recommend people just don't watch my new podcast, but if it's legit called Jules or something about like Jeweled something, my new podcast, something like that, Jeweled something. But it's almost been a roundabout. So, how is the old 4-second Skippy? Yeah, I'm not supposed to do direct, indirect plugs on the show, but I feel Yaka upload this. Yeah. I would end this.
And we'll sometimes cover those again. But two of the videos.
Yeah, hi, Shabby.
I have not seen today.
Intriguing. See you soon. Pizza Maranatha.